So the end of this year is seeing a big influx of anime-related games, with Dragon Ball FighterZ releasing earlier this year and being probably one of the best fighting anime games out. And while my hype for these anime games are usually up there, mainly because I can relate to them more, it's just like the more and more that come out and come and go, the more I see and all those things, the more that I'm just not even expecting much, And at this point, it's like the only reason why I look at anime games and look into them at all is just to gauge how bad they are versus gauging whether I'm going to buy it or not. And let it be known, when I refer to anime games, I literally mean anime games, like games that derive off of an anime. Shows like Naruto, My Hero, Black Clover, just to name a few. And I don't always obviously mean every single anime game, but the majority that come seem to always fall short in one way or another. And I believe a reason for that, is for one simple idea. They derive off of animes. Let's talk.
Hey, let me relax a bit, and my mind be amazed, so I goes off and shit. All your energy is wasted if you argue with bricks, so I sit back and taking all the negative tips,
I feel like the idea of them being based off of an anime is a double-edged sword. It holds too much weight on their success as a game, and along with the notion that some fans think that it must match the anime. There's a few scenarios that could be brought up in this situation. Too much weight.
Yeah, feel it.
On one hand, you have a popular anime. And with these type of games, you don't gotta do much, The game's gonna sell based off its name alone, regardless of the quality of the actual game. And on the other hand, if the anime isn't well received, it's gonna have such a struggle trying to, grab relevance just because people don't like the anime, regardless of the quality of the game, whether it's good or bad. And then there's too little effort.
Sir.
Yeah. Are you not coming for the combat meeting? We need to know what to do. Didn't we make a game like that before? Yeah, we made a few. Just use the same thing. Alright. On one hand, we got, popular animes. Developers can just slap something together, start selling hella copies, no matter how much effort or anything that they did with the game. But then we have unpopular animes, The game could actually be good, actually have quality put and effort into it, but it doesn't matter, Because the fact that people don't like the anime, they're already putting off the game and not that interested into it. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, because I can see that easily. If you're not interested in it, you probably won't really care for it. So I can see, but I still think you should at least give some of these games a try. But of course, with anything in life, it's always not the case. I'm a little confused with this. A game like One Piece Burning Blood, should have done well, should have still be going on to this day. We have One Piece, a very popular anime, been going on forever now. And while the game wasn't that balanced, it's more balanced than the things we're having now. my hero. What the fuck? And with updates, feedback from the community, and all these sequels, it could have then become a balanced game, just like the Storm series. Because the Storm series just got that time to develop and get updates and get, feedback from the community, and it just was able to grow from there. But for some reason, One Piece Burning Blood was just ignored and died on arrival. Another example is the JoJo game. Now, I don't want to throw out hate, Because JoJo's a popular anime. But I don't know what was going on with that game. But that's a good example of a good game, or a popular anime that's still just, didn't really get that much. But think about it, man. One Piece, long-running anime, widely loved. Why did that game flop so bad? Didn't even get a chance for a sequel or anything like that. It was the bad decisions for the game design led to this popular opinion that the game was bad and they shouldn't cop it, and all of a sudden it just got no sales. And all of a sudden people were just all calling it trash, even though they didn't play it. But why was this game trash, Bandai could have potentially gotten themselves another banger, Right now they focus on Naruto and DBZ a lot. One Piece is in that same, category as great. So why couldn't they successfully make this a game that would be long run and continue to have sequels, but instead it just flops? It's not that hard to make a correct arena 3D fighter. It's really not impossible. But this brings me to my next point. The bad part, the actual bad part about anime games. Since, these anime games usually are types of fighters I'm going to use Street Fighter as an example right now. Street Fighter, over the years, built its own little universe with all the characters in it and all that kind of thing. Little story, you know. Whereas these anime games are coming from pre-written, pre-made stories. So while this argument isn't always around, not everyone agrees, not everyone, you know, is always arguing about it, but it is brought up a lot. Some gamers like to fuss and complain about accuracy. Do these games have to match the shows, okay? Is it an issue if Yamcha is destroying Goku Blue or Sakura is fading Madara? Is this an issue that will break the game? I think it's kind of common sense if you agree with that, what this brings up, the issue that this brings up. As it is, okay, the strongest characters in these shows usually are the most favored, right? So you go into a game and everybody's picking the main characters and the strongest characters. So now you have these lower tier characters that might be somebody else's favorite, but they can't use them because they don't stand a chance. Yet when you think about it, you know, main characters, there's only a few main characters, so there is this big pool of other non-main characters who just are useless. Now, of course, someone might say, okay, hey, yeah, they're not useless, they just have a hard, okay, yes, they have a harder time, but what happens if someone's trying to put in that much effort for these games? You know what I'm trying to say? So now they gotta struggle even more just to keep up with their friends because their friends keep picking the overpowered characters. So if you think accuracy is a big factor, then this just makes the actual roster and the pool of people you can pick such a small amount. And I think that just takes away from the fun. But even on this spectrum, okay, this brings up a little bit of a personal issue for me. Dragon Ball FighterZ is probably the most polished and just overall good anime fighter that we've gotten this century. Yet, I decided not to pick it up. But I still picked up Burning Blood and I was hyping up Burning Blood. So what is going on here? It's a fight between competitive versus fun. Dragon Ball FighterZ is first and foremost a fighting game, and this is kind of where they lost me. Mind you, I am not hating on this game at all. I played the closed beta. I'm telling you, I thought it was amazing, polished. I was having fun, essentially. I just personally have very specific tastes when it comes to fighters, because that's what Dragon Ball FighterZ is, a fighting game. Whereas I like to consider the Storm series, more of an action game that involves fighting. The past few years, I've bought an alarming amount of fighters, and honestly, they were a waste of money to an extent. I mean, I have Mortal Kombat X, Street Fighter V, Injustice 2, Marvel vs. Capcom, I didn't buy it, Game Share, Guilty Gear, and honestly, like, none of them really got played that much, that extensive, other than Mortal Kombat X. And it's not even because I like Mortal Kombat X that much, because I think I enjoyed Street Fighter V more than Mortal Kombat X. But, you know, after the Mortal Kombat incident and me getting into it, I've just come to this point in my life where I would rather spend time playing a different game, any other game, doesn't matter what, versus spending 2, 3, 4 hours in the lab, getting used to inputs, learning a new character and stuff like that. I just think it's a waste of my time in a sense. But that's where anime games come in, okay? I really want to like them and get into them because that time I spend in the lab understanding the character, utilizing their skills is enjoyable, okay? I don't feel like it's a waste of my time. I feel like more so I'm playing the game versus than just this training aspect, you know what I'm trying to say? And it comes from the idea that I can connect with these characters more. You know, Street Fighter V, Mortal Kombat X, yeah, okay, I've seen these characters before, but it's not the same connection as an anime game, you know? I've been watching them grow, all that type of stuff. So that's why I enjoy that training aspect. It doesn't feel like training, that's the thing. I'm playing the game versus Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter V. I feel like I'm training and it's gruesome and it's boring type of deal. Yes, it is rewarding and it feels good whenever I land stuff, but it's just not the same. It's like, I thought, okay, I thought I wanted a game like Dragon Ball FighterZ, but then after playing that closed beta and collecting my thoughts, and I'm like, oh, wait, I'm gonna have to be training. I'm not too big on this 2D thing anymore. Like with my anime games, I kind of want them to be 3D arena fighters. It's just how they should be, I feel. But it's like, as soon as we enter the arena format, all these stupid things just get brought up. I don't get it. Why can't we just get a normal one like the Storm series for a different series? Oh my god, is that too much to ask for? I don't think it is. I don't think it is, man. So we're just stuck in this battle of competitive or fun games, you know? Dragon Ball FighterZ is an Evo fighter. Not just a Evo fighter, one of the most popular, most watched Evo fighting games. Like, that's not what exactly I wanted from these games. You know what I'm trying to say? I didn't want it to go that far type of deal. I don't know. I want it to be competitive, okay, but I want it to still keep the feel of the anime. Like I keep bringing up, Storm is such a good example, okay? It plays so much like the game, fast-paced, ninjas, all that type of deal, but it's not that crazy competitive. It's still action, not so much a fighter. But again, like it has the competitive action. You can beat somebody by playing smarter type of thing. So that's just what I'm looking for, bro. But as soon as we get to this arena aspect anymore, infinites, loops, floaty as hell. It's like there's no gravity in the game all of a sudden when the anime is nothing like that. You know what I'm talking about.
Like, why?
And by that point, it's barely even able to keep a fun aspect because all this stupid stuff, the infinites, the loops, the floatiness, and it just adds this annoyance, you know, so you're playing, something stupid happens, and you just lose fun. It's not fun anymore. You're just getting mad every time. The thing is with all this, Black Clover is that one game, but of course, falls into the unpopular anime category. So I bet you 20 bucks, it's not gonna sell that well, and it's after this one game, it's just gonna die off. Like, I don't want it to happen. I hope I get proved wrong, but that's just what I see. And then we have this cancer named My Hero in the mix, who, oh my god, this one falls in the popular anime category, so you already know what's about to happen. You know what I'm trying to say? We have dudes, I've seen so many people that got the Japanese version posting videos, clips, whatever on Twitter and YouTube showing how this stuff, how the game is just doing some very dumb, questionable things. And we still have dudes in the comments, never played it, defending it like they know what's gonna happen. Oh my god, dude, just give it a chance. Bro, they gave it a chance. They're playing it right now. They're showing you the stupid stuff. But they're just so blinded by the love of the anime that they just can't imagine it's gonna be bad until they play it, until they get annoyed. Now, don't get me wrong. First off, I don't want to put anyone off of getting it. But what I am saying is, can we at least accept that it looks very flawed? You know what I'm trying to say? Instead of sitting there in such limbo, like, oh my god, I don't know, I'm still buying. You know what I'm trying to, at least accept that it's gonna be annoying, okay? And another thing to accept is it's probably not gonna get that many updates. Now, depending on the sales and things like that, maybe. But Burning Blood didn't really, it got like, that's nothing. They give you a little balance patch, but they don't tell nobody. There's no notes, no nothing. You gotta figure out what they changed type of deal. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I might be asking too much, but I don't know. I just think the My Hero game does not look very good. Black Clover does look very good, but we have the scenarios that I put together, and that's just what's gonna happen. I just think it's crazy that me and my boys gotta beg dudes to buy this Black Clover game. You know what I'm trying to say? Whereas the gameplay versus all these other ones coming out, Strikers is up in the air. I think that one's very controversial, but regardless, Black Clover is the one up here that has no issues so far. Very polished, very fun, but nobody's caring. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just a struggle. It sucks. It really does suck. But other than that, that's all I gotta say. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like this series is called Let's Talk, so I want to know what you guys' thoughts are in the comments below, so be sure to leave it. Yeah, other than that's all I gotta say, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.
Why these niggas always trying to move when I move? You can't keep up with the pace, please don't try to make room. Playing switch all in your face, I can't see what you do. I'm not finna run the race with no chances to lose.